Hello, my lovelies. I'm having to try and kind of yell a bit, so I hope you can hear me because I'm at my parents' house this weekend, which is why I haven't got my what I wore last week up today. But I have been afforded the opportunity to talk about a couple of perfumes because I was looking for some suntan lotion and I found some perfumes that my mother had in her cupboard that she never wears. She doesn't really wear perfume. This is literally the only perfume I've ever known my mother to wear. So you can see there's like a big dent in it, but she hasn't worn any of these for absolutely years. So I asked her if I could nab them, and she said yes, although I think I'm probably going to have to share some with my sister. But I thought, because I'm not going to be able to do my what I wore last week until I get back to London, while I'm in the West Country, I thought I'd throw this one up because I've never actually owned Verveine myself. So this is Loccitane. This is one of their absolute classic perfumes, a real freshie for summer. And I just thought I'd talk about them while I have the opportunity, and of course before I fight with my sister over who's taking what. So I don't have my microphone, I'm just using my iPad. I hope you can hear me and this isn't too annoying to turn up. But anyway, let's talk about Verveine. So this is a range of things with Verveine in that my mum has always really liked from Loccitane. She likes the, I don't know if she's ever really used a body lotion. I think she's got the hand cream and she definitely used to like the bath products of this. So as you can see, if she ever wore a perfume, this was the one she went for. This is a very natural smelling, very citrusy, slightly green and bitter Verveine perfume. So let's have a little sniff. This is one of those perfumes that I've never really wanted to have because it's incredibly kind of slightly astringent in the way it's citrusy. It's like an even more intense kind of bergamot-y kind of smell, if you see what I mean. So if you had something like bergamot, loads of bergamot with no sugar mixed with like petitgrain or something, that's the vibe that I get from Verveine in perfumes. So Verveine is really intense in that, and it's, yeah, so when I first spray this on me, I'm like, oof, oh gosh. But it smells quite natural. It definitely is really good for summer. The reason I've never actually bought any of this range is because they just do not last, and for the price, I think it's kind of insane. But the original Verveine has notes of, let's have a look, it's lemon and orange in the top, and you really get that lemon. It's a very fresh cut lemon scent. It's way more lemon than orange. Then you've got lemon verbena and petitgrain in the middle. That's why it's so green. Got that bitter herbal kind of smell. Without any of the kind of roundness, it's just a pure green herbaceous smell. Then in the base you've got geranium and rose. So when I first spray this, I'm like, I don't like it, it's too much for me. It's too much lemon when it's that green. That's how I feel about it. But this is a perfume that dries down to smell really gentle and pretty. The problem I have with it again is that although I really like how it dries down, it just lasts for such a short amount of time that by the time it gets to the dry down, I've only got maybe an hour with it. But at the same time, in very hot weather, it's fabulous to respray. So I do actually think this is a great perfume. It's incredibly unisex. But yeah, it's just a bit of a classic. They always have this, and each year they bring out a flanker. But I'll talk about the two flankers that I found in my mum's cupboard because I didn't know she had them. It is actually possible that my sister and I bought her special packs or special things over the years. But they do tend to re-release perfumes, so they've definitely had like at least 3 different years where they've brought out at least this next one I'm going to talk about. So if we put the original over there, this one is Verveine Agrumes. I don't know how to say that. Agrumes. They're all eau de toilettes. This is another really light one. This one has a really cool texture, if you can see. Beautiful bottle. This is so pretty. So this one is a much less green and astringent, but even more lemony version of the original. It's very similar. but it's also got a kind of musky facet to it. Now, I don't know that this lists musk, but let's have a look at what it actually says. So I'm just holding it over here. Let me just put it back. So this guy, this Verveine Agrumes, is lemon, grapefruit and orange in the top, middle notes lemon verbena and base notes of cedar. When I sniff it from here, it smells like there's musk in it. And what I'll say about this one is you can actually smell the orange much more here. Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, there's definitely a musk in here. This one is softer, it's sweeter, it's so pretty. I love this bottle. This is it's slightly more feminine, but still incredibly unisex. So this is only feminine in comparison with this one. That's what I'd say. So this one is so neutral. And because it's got almost a barbershoppy smell to it, because it's so green and so citrusy, this one in comparison smells slightly feminine. But I'd almost argue that this is more in the vibe of, what's it called? The 4711 original cologne, you know, from them. This is more that kind of style. This one is a little bit more of a, like a modern unisex smell. There's something a little bit more comforting about this one, despite it being fresh, and that's why I think it smells like there's musk in it. So the votes on this one have lemon at the top, followed by the lemon verbena. So this one's also missing the petitgrain, which is obviously an incredibly green scent. So this one I think is so nice, and they've definitely brought this one out quite a few times. So I'm just going to see if I can, it doesn't want to stay, but I do like these bottles. I just love that it looks like it's flecked with water. Fabulous. This one smells so pretty on the skin, really nice. And again, this one dries down to be really nice on the skin. But yeah, I mean, I think the flankers of these are all, whenever I've smelt them, including there was one with carrot seed recently. I'm not sure what this year's is, but this is a very easy to respray, excellent for hot. I mean, this is literally for super hot weather. These are going to be incredible. This is one I'd probably more expect to smell on my husband, generally speaking. But this one, this is up my street. Oh, I've managed to take off some of the silver from one of these bottles. Oh dear. Yeah, it's super pretty, really, really nice. I like this one a lot. I think it's gorgeous. So let's put that one there as well. Now, this is the other one to talk about. So for some reason this doesn't have a sticker on it, and I'm not sure if that's because it's come off or if because it just never had a sticker. So this is, oh, this is such a cool name as well, look. Frisson de Verveine. This is also a beautiful bottle, and I do think that the colour of this bottle gives you an idea of what this one is going to smell like, because this has a vibe of Elizabeth Arden green tea. It's that kind of smell. It doesn't actually have tea in it, but if someone had told me there was tea in it, I'd have been like, yeah, I can see it, because it has that feeling to it. It smells more like a perfume in a way than either of these. It's so pretty. It's not, to me, quite as beautiful as actual Elizabeth Arden green tea, because I think that it has a slightly kind of more spa-like herbaceousness, but this definitely has just a hint of that vibe. Oh yeah, there's not much point in me, because yeah, it's only written on there, Frisson. But it's so, so lovely. And the notes in this one, they're only listed as citruses and bergamot at the top, verbena and cucumber in the mid, and then woody notes and musk in the base. But there is something in here, like I said, that smells almost like a tea note, with some other kind of really gentle herbs. Yeah, I mean, it really definitely has a little bit of a green tea vibe, to be honest. I actually wore this one for a bit yesterday afternoon and evening. The lasting power on it is almost non-existent. I think these two last a little bit longer than this one. You can see that's why this one almost looks like it's got more of a dent. Some of that is genuinely just from me wearing it yesterday, respraying it. but it was maybe 23 degrees yesterday, so I'd really be interested to see what this is like when it's super hot. But it's so pretty. It's such a lovely perfume. This is the one that my sister wants, so because I've got so many perfumes, it would probably be rude of me to take this one, and realistically, this is definitely more citrusy. It's more lemony than green tea, but it really has a feeling of green tea. And green tea is one of my absolute loves of my life. Never be without it. It will always be in my collection. Top 20 for life. Top 10 for life, actually, green tea. So I probably don't need this one just because I'd reach for green tea. Because if I put this on, I'd probably think, oh, well, I might as well have just worn green tea, because it's even one step further towards being that full spa-like experience. And if my sister wants this one, then it makes sense. So I think what I might do, because I don't have any of these in my collection at home in London, I think I'm going to let my sister have this one, because Mum gave them to me, but as soon as my sister saw them and sniffed them, she was like, I want the green one. I love her and I want her to have it and be happy. So I'm going to give that one to her. I'm going to bring this one back down to London with me. And this one I'm going to keep in the drawers at home where I have my shampoo and stuff at my mum and dad's, so that I can use this one when I come to visit, because it's one you definitely would need to respray, but the dry down of it, when you get a little bit more of those florals, I'm not sure that I would sniff it and go, oh, that's rose and geranium, but something about the combination of this, when it dries down, it has like a really gentle, pretty skin scent to it that becomes just less green and less citrusy, while still smelling very fresh and like a classic citrus perfume. So yeah, I mean, absolutely so much fun to try these out. Really beautiful. Yeah, I'm sorry to not bring this one back, because I think my husband would love it as well. Again, it's another one that is totally unisex, really pretty. Out of these, this is the sweetest, definitely. Sharpest, in the middle, definitely got a sweetness to it. And it actually lists musk in this one, and I think that's one of the things that makes it a little bit more like you're wearing a proper perfume, rather than this one literally smells like freshly cut lemons with green leaves. And this one smells like lemons and oranges with a little kind of soft musky touch. Yeah, I can't believe there's no musk listed for this. Smelling it from the cap, it actually smells like the muskiest of all of them. So this one's going to come back with me. So you'll see this one again, because I will definitely be wearing this at some point in summer, and then I'll be able to talk to you about it. Yeah, so this one actually has a little bit of a woodier dry down. That's the other thing to mention, because I did wear it yesterday. Super unisex, so unisex, but almost pushing into masculine territory, because it's got that classic barbershop smell. But yeah, so staying with my mum and dad, coming home to London with me, staying with my sister. So all right, guys, I hope that this will tide you over until I get time to do my proper what I wore last week. I'll have to tell you guys about this one again, because I won't have the bottle with me when I'm back in London. So, but yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you're one of my hardcore ride or die subscribers. Bye, guys.